It's been over a year since I last shared my fragrance collection with you guys, so I figured it's about time I let you know what I'm running with these days. But instead of just showing you like all the different bottles and talking about every single one, I would like to more focus on the ones that I wear least often and most often, because it doesn't matter if you've got 20 bottles if you only wear like 5 or 6, because it's those 5 or 6 that you always reach for that are important. Okay, so I'm gonna break up this video into categories of what I wear least to what I wear most. And we're gonna start with the least worn category, which includes Fragrance One, Office, and Date. Now, both of these are really good fragrances, just like everything else that I own, but I just don't find myself reaching for these as often as I used to. But if I had to choose between these two, I'd go with Office. Okay, my next least worn is Montblanc Legend Night. And I got pretty excited about this one when I first got it, and I even made a video all about it, but for whatever reason, I just don't wear it that often, which is kind of crazy because it is really good. It's elegant, classy, and seductive, and it does sit a lot closer to the skin, so it's not gonna overpower or over-project. It's a very nice selection though for an evening out. Okay, the next one on the least worn list, and I'm almost embarrassed that I don't wear this one more often, but it's YSL La Nuit De Lone. This is an incredible fragrance for the evening that screams seduction. I absolutely love it, and it does get a lot of compliments, but I just hardly ever wear this one. And I think one of the biggest reasons why is it just doesn't last that long for me. I only get maybe a couple hours from it, and I don't want to carry around another small container with me to reapply this a couple times throughout the night. But with that said, this is still extremely good. And then we have another sad tale from the least worn category, and it's Tom Ford Noir Extreme. This is a fantastic smoky and spicy fragrance that projects pretty well, so just be careful with this one. But this has woody and oriental scents that last a very long time, and this is a quality fragrance. But the main reason that I don't wear it that often is because I got another Tom Ford fragrance that's similar and even a little bit better in my opinion, but I'll talk about that one in a little bit. Now, I do want to take just a few seconds and talk about Scentbird, who was nice enough to sponsor this video. And if you're not familiar with them, now this is a great way to experiment and try new fragrances. Scentbird is a super low-cost fragrance subscription service that lets you choose from over 600 brands. It's also very flexible, so you can skip any month you want without any weird penalties. And they let you choose new designer fragrances every single month to try for just 16 bucks. And every month, you get to pick what you want, so there's no surprises. And the cool thing is, the samples they send are pretty large, right? Not those little tiny ones you get from the mall that sort of spill everywhere when you try to pop that little cap off. These last you the entire month, and you also get this cool case that spins up, and the vial just pulls right out. Scentbird makes it very easy and affordable to try new fragrances before committing to the full-size bottle that could easily be a few $100 depending on what you're going for. Okay, for example, I got a sample of Armage Journeyman from Scentbird. I looked online and the full-size bottle is like $340 at retail. So what if you go blind buy that one because you heard someone else say it's awesome, but then you get it and you don't like it? You just wasted a whole lot of money. A sample like this is the way to go. Another more affordable example is Santos de Cartier. This is around $100 at retail, but because it's kind of a unique, rich fragrance with juniper, patchouli, and lavender, this is definitely worth sampling before buying. I'm also having a pretty great time playing around with Confessions of a Rebel, Get a Room, and About Last Night, because these are both very seductive fragrances. So gentlemen, if you want to get your own samples for only $16, I encourage you to click the link down in the description and use code 40OVER to save 30% off of that for your first month. Because for that price, it's kind of a no-brainer. Go check it out, the link is down below. Okay, one more that's in my least worn category is Versace Eros. This is a youthful, sweet, and potent fragrance with notes of fresh mint leaves, lemon, and green apple. But it also brings a whole lot of sensuality with oriental tonka beans, geranium flower, and vanilla. I like this one an awful lot, but I just think I have better stuff. So this one, unfortunately, gets pushed to the back of the pile. Okay, now let's get into what I'm wearing on a more regular basis. Now, first up, and this should be no surprise, especially if you've been hanging out with me for a while, but it's Montblanc Legend Spirit. This is my go-to, wear anywhere, most complimented fragrance that I own. It's modern and powerful and elegant because it blends citrus, cardamom, lavender, and woodsy notes for a cool and confident scent, but it also has charisma and a lot of sex appeal. So if you haven't tried this one, I highly recommend it. Okay, now I want to jump back to what I mentioned about Tom Ford a minute ago. I bought this small bottle of Tobacco Vanille a few months ago, and this is amazing. In my opinion, it's better than Noir Extreme because it has more vanilla notes and it's just not as sharp. It's more subtle and smooth, if you can even say that about Tom Ford, and it's more mass appealing and non-offensive. Okay, there's only a few more to go with the best ones coming up, so if you're still here, tap that like button to let me know. Okay, the next one from the most worn category is Prada Milano. This is airy, clean, reserved, and fresh, just like you got out of the shower. This is a fantastic daytime scent with notes of neroli, geranium, and patchouli. Very mass appealing and very non-offensive. Okay, this brings us to two Creed fragrances, Creed Aventus and Millésime Impérial. These probably don't need any introduction, but they're both amazing and unfortunately expensive. That's why I've got the small bottles here. Everything I've ever smelled from Creed lives up to the hype. They're just on a different level, and you can definitely smell the difference. There's kind of a richness and a depth and a uniqueness and just an overall sense of quality with everything they do. Okay, coming in next are these two from Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Profumo and EDT. So I recently got this EDT as a gift, so I'm still trying this one out, but the Profumo, this one's almost gone. This is sophisticated masculine, but also intense and romantic with a little touch of sweetness. This is perfect for a night out and it lasts a very long time. So that's where I'm wrapping it up today, gentlemen, but if you haven't hit that like button yet, please consider it because that helps more people see these videos. And with that, live well, my friends, and I'll see you in the next one.